We live in a world that often feels like it's on fire. The news is a constant stream of disasters. Politics is chaos. The economy trembles. Social media is a battleground. Relationships fall apart. Expectations crush us. Everywhere we look, something seems broken: systems, people, even ourselves. And yet, through all this noise, a voice from ancient times calls out with steady calm: control the inner. Ignore the outer. This was the Stoic blueprint for survival, not running from the world, but rising above it. Not letting the chaos out there dictate the peace in here. And it wasn't born from privilege or ignorance. These were men who knew suffering intimately. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire during plagues and war. Epictetus was born a slave and crippled by abuse. Seneca lived under the rule of a mad emperor who would eventually force him to take his own life. These weren't philosophers who wrote in ivory towers. They faced the same mess we do, just without smartphones. The Stoics taught one simple, revolutionary idea: you cannot control what happens to you. But you can always control how you respond. That is the foundation. That is the unshakable ground beneath your feet. And in a world that constantly tries to push you over, this is the only ground worth standing on. Let's pause for a moment and think, how much of our daily stress comes from things we don't control? We wake up and check the news, feel anxious. Someone says something rude online, we get angry. We don't get the recognition we want, we feel insulted. A plan doesn't go our way, and we unravel. But what did the Stoics say about this? Epictetus put it plainly: some things are up to us, and some things are not. That's it. That's the line that could change your life. Imagine if, every time something tried to pull you into the storm, you stopped and asked, is this in my control? If yes, act. If no, release. That filter alone could save you from drowning in emotional quicksand. Because most of the time, what we're suffering from isn't reality. It's our resistance to it. It's the story we tell ourselves about what's happening. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. But here's where the real beauty of Stoicism begins: it's not just about ignoring the world, it's about building an inner fortress. Not a wall to keep life out, but a stronghold of values, discipline, and calm that nothing can shake. The Stoic isn't cold or passive. The Stoic is active where it counts, within. They train their thoughts like a soldier trains his sword. They respond with intention, not impulse. They aren't immune to pain, they are resilient through it. And in today's world, resilience is rare. We are taught to be reactive, not reflective. We're told that success means controlling the world, your image, your environment, your outcomes. But the Stoics flipped that. They said, control yourself, and you've already won. Because the outer world is unstable by nature. It always has been. You don't need to fix the world to find peace. You just need to fix your relationship to it. Let's bring this closer to home. Say you're heartbroken. Someone left. Someone hurt you. You're spiraling. What do the Stoics say? First, feel the pain. Don't suppress it. Don't pretend it doesn't matter. But then, examine it. Ask, was it really the person I lost? Or was it my belief that I couldn't be okay without them? Seneca wrote, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. That heartbreak is real, yes. But what magnifies it is the mental clinging, the replaying of memories, the resistance to change. Stoicism teaches, grieve, but don't drown. Mourn, but then move. Because you still have power over your actions, your thoughts, your future. Or take the modern anxiety epidemic. Everyone is stressed. Everyone is tired. Why? Because our minds are everywhere but here. We worry about the future, obsess over the past, compare our lives to curated images online. But the Stoics said, live according to nature. And nature, including your own, exists only in the present. Marcus Aurelius would say, confine yourself to the present. Not tomorrow. Not 10 years from now. Not the fantasy you're chasing or the regret you're nursing. Just now. And that's the secret. The Stoic doesn't ignore the world because they're cold, they do it because they've seen what matters. What matters is your character, your response, your focus, your soul. That's the real battlefield. Not Twitter. Not your career. Not your bank account. The battle is within. And when you win that battle, when you control the inner, the outer world loses its power over you. People can insult you, and you stay calm. Situations can change, and you adapt. You stop being a puppet pulled by strings of ego, emotion, or chaos. You become what the Stoics called a sage, or what we might call, today, truly free. But freedom isn't just letting go. It's choosing. Choosing your attitude. Choosing your principles. Choosing what kind of person you'll be in the face of pressure. And that choice is always yours, no matter how broken the world is. So what does it mean, practically, to control the inner? It means you wake up and decide, I will not give my peace away today. Not to gossip. Not to traffic. Not to panic. I will be calm, because calm is a decision. It means when someone wrongs you, you ask, is it worth my energy? Can I forgive, or at least release, instead of carrying this weight? It means when the news scares you, you ask, what can I do right now, in my life, that aligns with my values? And you act, or you accept. It means journaling when your mind is cluttered. Breathing when your emotions take over. Saying no to temptations that compromise your integrity. Saying yes to growth, even when it's uncomfortable. And it means seeing discomfort not as punishment, but as a path. Marcus Aurelius endured pain daily and still wrote, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. That's Stoicism. You don't run from pain. You use it. You don't fear failure. You learn from it. You don't curse the darkness. You become the light. Now, let's be real. Controlling the inner isn't glamorous. No one applauds you for not reacting. No one sees the battles you win in silence. But Stoicism was never about applause. It was about freedom. About being the kind of person who can walk through a broken world and not be broken by it. The kind of person who holds their ground when everything else is shaking. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what the world needs right now. Not more outrage. Not more panic. But more stillness. More steadiness. More souls who know that peace isn't found in perfect conditions, but in perfect clarity. So here's the challenge. Don't wait for the world to change before you find peace. Change yourself, and watch how the world changes, or at least how it feels. Let the Stoic blueprint be your compass, control the inner. Ignore the outer. Not because the outer doesn't matter, but because the inner is where your power lives. In every moment, you have a choice. To react or reflect. To lash out or let go. To be shaken or stay steady. And when you make the right choice often enough, you don't just survive a broken world. You rise above it.